Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you guys the story about my labor and delivery and everything that I went through to have this little crazy girl. Say hi, Valerie. Mama, say hi, Valerie. Look it. Look it. Say hi. She's hungry right now. Valerie, say hi, Mama. Hi, Mama. Hi, Mama. Say hi. Say hi. She's a little bratty. Now she doesn't want to smile, but she always smiles. Okay. Let me give her to her daddy. Say, 'cause I'm hungry. Yeah, I'm hungry. Say bye, Valerie. Say bye. Say bye, Mama. Okay. Okay, so where do I start? Okay, so it all started, it was Thursday when the Maxilina came out. What day was that? I had her on December 9th, October 9th of 2016. Whatever, so Maxilina came out on a Thursday, and then I went with my aunt. We went like at 5 or 6 in the morning to stand in line to get our Maxilina at Valley Fair. And then so I was like standing, and like my feet were like so swollen, like they hurt so bad. Not there, but like in general, my feet would get swollen, like they would hurt hella bad. Like literally, like my feet probably got like triple the size. Like it was ugly. And then so then what was it? So then I went home. It was maybe like 12 in the afternoon when she dropped me off, or maybe like 11:30 when I went back home. And then so then I was just like, you know, I don't feel good. Like, even though I did eat, you know, my aunt bought me Starbucks and stuff, like I was like, I don't feel good, like my head hurts. So then I just went to sleep. Like I just thought like, oh, I have a headache, but I never have headaches. So like when I do, like it hurts really bad. So then I went to sleep, and then it was Friday the next day, and my mom came home for lunch. And like usually I'm awake, I'm in the living room eating or doing something, and like no, I was like asleep. And she thought like that was weird too, that I was still sleeping. But I was sleeping because like my head hurt so bad that the only way the pain would go away is if I was sleeping, you know. So then I was just like, you know what, I just can't take it no more. Like obviously something's wrong. Like my head has been hurting me since Thursday, and like just non-stop, you know. So then that's when I called my mom when she was at work. It was like maybe 2:30, and then she was like, well, call your doctor and tell him. So I was like, okay. So I called my doctor, and my doctor's like, you need to go to the hospital. And I was like, okay. And I was like, oh my god. So I called my mom back. Peter's at work, of course, and she's like, I tell my mom like, well, my doctor said I have to go to the hospital. And she's like, okay, do you want me to go with you? And I was like, yeah, because I don't go by myself. And then so I picked her up at 3, and then we went Peter gets off work at 3:30, so he was almost off work. So then we get there to the emergency room, and then they see that I'm pregnant, so they were like, oh, just go to labor and delivery. So then I go up there, and I tell the lady like, I'm here because my head hurts. And she was like, so you're here because your head hurts? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, and you haven't tried taking Tylenol? And I was like, no, I don't like taking medicine, especially me being pregnant. I'm not gonna take medicine. And so she was like, she was looking at me like I was crazy, like I'm really here for a damn headache, you know. And then, and I think like I can tolerate pain really good, so whatever. So then the lady was like, okay, well, let's just let's just see what your blood pressure is, right? So I had to fill out like paperwork, and then so we go to a room, and then I go pee in a cup, and then she's trying to take my blood pressure, and she's just like, I don't think this is working, let me get another machine. So she gets another machine, and then she asks me who my doctor is, so I tell her. And then she's like, you know, have you ever had high blood pressure before? And I was like, no, but the last time I went to the doctor, because I was 36 weeks, I was 37 weeks at the time, right? So I was like, I just went to the doctor and they said I had high blood pressure, but that was the only time I ever had high blood pressure. Like, I passed my glucose test, I passed everything, right? And she was like, okay, so, because I guess the machine, my blood pressure, she thought was broken because it was so high. So then she calls my doctor and she was like, yeah, you've had high blood pressure. We're gonna go ahead and admit you so you can have your baby. And she just walks out of the room and I'm like, what? I wanted to cry. And then my mom's like, what? And I was like, what did she just say, Mom? And my mom's like, I don't know. Like, we were just both in shock. Like, did she just say that? So then the lady walks in and my mom's like, what did you mean by you're gonna go ahead and admit her? Like, she's gonna have the baby? And the lady goes, yeah, she has to have the baby. And I was like, oh my God, Mom, call Peter. And I was just like, oh my goodness. I was like, this is not happening right now. Like, I'm so dead. And then, so then my mom, Peter of course doesn't answer his phone because he never answers his phone ever. And then so then my sister tells him and he's like, oh my God, he has to get, like, my hospital bag was already ready, her diaper bag was ready, but I still had a couple things left. So he just, like, you know, got everything that I was missing. And then he got his stuff ready. And yeah, like, they came and they took my high blood pressure. That night, it was Friday night, so my dad came to visit me real quick, but the nurses were like really strict on me because my blood pressure was really high that I could have a seizure, and it's bad because I'm pregnant. And then what else? So the lights had to be hella low. I couldn't talk to nobody. Nobody can talk to me. Like, they didn't want me to have no visitors. Like, because, like, anything can trigger my blood pressure to go high. I can say something and it'll trigger it to go high. So they were like, no, we can't have this. So then the next day, it was Saturday. And I think they tried to induce me that night, right? They tried to induce me that night. But then it wasn't working or something like that. It wasn't working. So then, and then the lady was saying that I was already having contractions when I got there. She was like, you didn't feel it? And I was like, no. And then, so then, yeah, so that Friday night, they tried to induce me, but it didn't work. So then Saturday at 6 in the morning, they put a cervix softener in me. So then, like, my cervix can, like, open up, like, faster and stuff. So that had to be in there for 6 or 12 hours. So at 6 a.m. they put it in, and then at 6 p.m. they checked again to see if I, like, dilated more, and no, it didn't work. I was still at 2 centimeters. I was like, oh my goodness. So then they were like, okay, this is not working. So at 8 o'clock, 8:30, almost 9, my doctor came, and it was just me and Peter, and he broke my water bag, and Peter thought it was really nasty. And he broke my water bag, and then they were like, okay, we're just gonna start inducing you now. So I was like, okay. And then I was also, like, on medicine, like, I don't know what kind of medicine it was. It started with the M, but it was, like, to keep my blood pressure regulated too. So I was, like, high most of the time. And so yeah, and then when was it? So, like, he broke my water bag, like, at 9. And then they started to induce me, and then, like, maybe around midnight, that's when I was like, okay, this is hurting me a little bit, because she upped the inducement medicine to do it a little bit faster. So then I was like, oh my God, like, I was, like, holding onto the rail, and I was like, oh my goodness. And Peter was sleeping. He did not even come up and help me to hold my hand to get through the freaking contractions. He's so lazy. And then I was like, Peter, I can't do this, I can't do this. And then I was like, I'm gonna ask the lady for the medicine to, like, relax my body. And so I called the nurse, and she was like, okay, I'll give it to you. And then she leaves, she gives it to me, and it relaxed me, like, it really relaxed me. But during the contraction, when the contraction came, it was like it didn't do anything. So I was like, this shit does not fucking work. It was like I went through, I think, 2 contractions, and I was like, call her again. Peter, I'm sorry, I can't do this. I need the epidural. Like, I can't. I cannot, because it was inducing me. So the pain is worse, I guess, than somebody who's doing it naturally, you know what I mean? So I was like, I cannot do this, like I'm dead serious, I can't do this. So I called her, I was like, I need the epidural now. And she was like, are you sure? I was like, yes, I need it now. She was like, okay, I need to call. I was like, okay. So then the lady comes, maybe like 10-15 minutes after, huh? 10 to 15 minutes after, but these contractions were just like, oh my goodness. And it's like, I feel like after I asked for the epidural, I feel like they were coming faster, just back to back to back. So I was like, oh my god. And then so then the lady gets in here, she's like, okay honey, you have to get up. And I was like, I got up hella quick, lifted up my shirt, I was like, hurry up. And it didn't hurt at all. The epidural didn't hurt. I didn't see the needle, but it didn't hurt. And then she was like, I'm gonna give you a low dosage because your weight, you're so small or whatever. And then so after she gave me the epidural, oh my god, I went to sleep. Some girls like shiver, you know, but I didn't shiver. I just knocked out. Like I was able to go to sleep. I can still feel the contractions coming, but not as bad as I did when I didn't have the epidural. I was like, oh my goodness. It literally felt like somebody in my lower back was just like ripping me. Oh my god, it hurt so bad. But I feel like I could have lasted a little bit longer, but I was just like, I don't know. I just feel like I could have lasted a little bit longer, but if I did, I don't think I would have been able to get the epidural. And then so anyway, so then I went to sleep, and then I started to wake up like at 6 in the morning. And I was like, that's when I woke up, and my mom was there and Peter, and like, cause the nurse came to check me. Do you remember how many centimeters that was when the nurse came to check me? No, I think I was like 6 or 7 centimeters. No, yeah, I was like 6 or 7 centimeters. And I was telling her, I was like, oh my god, I feel like I have to push. I feel like I have to push. She was like, no, you can't push. You have to wait for your doctor. And I was like, oh mom, I feel like I have to push. And like, it feels like you have to go to the bathroom so bad, like so bad. And then so she was like, okay, I think I was already 9 or 10 by then. She was like, okay, just start pushing while we wait for the doctor. So then it was just me, my mom, and the nurse, and then Peter. So then I just started pushing a little bit, but I didn't know how to push. Like, I didn't know how to push, so I kind of sucked at pushing. So then by that time my doctor came, other nurses came, and then a NICU nurse came because she thought that Valerie was gonna have to go to the NICU because of all the medicine that I was on to lower my blood pressure so it wouldn't go high. So she thought like Valerie was gonna come like drugged too, but she didn't. And then but I would like fall asleep during contractions. Like I would fall asleep, and then I would feel a contraction come, and then I would push. Like that's how like high and drowsy I was. Like, oh my god, it was horrible. I had like no control of my body. One thing was that so I pushed for an hour, and then like towards the end my doctor was like, because he was getting kind of frustrated too, because like I wouldn't push right. Sometimes I would push right, and then sometimes I wouldn't push right, and it's hard to actually push right. And then so then once he was like, do you want me to suction this baby out of you? And I was like, no, I'm going to do this. So he was like, okay, well you need to do it. So then it was like the 3 pushes, right? So then the third last one I pushed, and then he's like, stop. Oh, because before that he was like, look, she's right here, you want to feel her? And then I felt her little head. She's so little and cute, the little baby. And then so then the third time when I pushed, he was like, stop, you're gonna rip, she's gonna rip you. And then oh, I can just feel like I ripped. Like I know I felt I ripped. I felt the blood just like pouring out. And then you hear her come out, and I'm like, oh, my little baby. She was like crying. She wasn't crying at first, but she was crying after. They laid her on me, she stopped crying. Oh, she was so cute, my little baby. And then after that I was just kind of like drowsy. I don't really remember. I remember him like, okay, we're gonna pull out your placenta, now that hurt a little. And then he's like, okay, I have to stitch you up. And this is all with Valerie on top of me, like, and they're like pushing on my stomach to pull out my placenta, and I'm just like, oh my god. And like, so I'm holding Valerie like this on my chest, and then when he's stitching me up, I'm like, I can feel you stitching me up. And he's like, really? And I was like, yeah. So then he had to numb me more, because like I can feel him stitching me up. So then he numbed me more, and then he stitched me, and then it was just like horrible. I couldn't even, like, before I had her, I couldn't even go to the bathroom by myself. They had to put a decatheter on me, so like it's like a tube through my pee hole, so then I just peed through the bag, which was very awkward. And then what else, like hella shots that you have to get, and like so much stuff. And then what else, after I had her, I just don't even remember. Like, I just remember like I think I had her on my chest for like an hour. No, I had her for an hour, and then Peter held her. And then I remember waking up, and like my Uncle Ricky and Monique were like the first ones that came to visit, and then my dad, or I think my dad was the first one, or I think my dad came after. And then by that time they were weighing her, and then I was like, Dad, how much does she weigh? And then he was like, 6 pounds. How much did she weigh? 6 pounds 11 ounces or 13 ounces? 9 ounces? She was not a 9 ounces.
6.9.
No, I think she was 6 pounds 11 ounces. And then I was like, oh my god, then why was I so big? And I just remember like falling back asleep, like, then why was I so big? And then just like knocking out again. And he starts hella laughing, and then they give Valerie her shots. They give her first like water bath real quick, and she liked it. And what else did they do to her? I don't know. But yeah, and then so by that time they were still kind of strict on me. They still didn't want people to like really talk to me or stuff like that, because my blood pressure was still going up and high, up and low, or high and low, high and low. So then like they would get mad. And then but a lot of my family came to visit me and Valerie. And Valerie was so cute and so little. She was so cute and little. My little baby. She was so good at the hospital. Like me breastfeeding her and stuff. Like everything was so fine until we got home. And that's when like she just wasn't eating. Like she just wasn't like getting full off my breast milk and stuff. So I tried to pump, and like nothing ever came out. So I was like, of course she's being like this. And I was so tired. Like breastfeeding is so tiring, and it hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. Oh my god. And then so I was like, you know what, P, you just gotta go get her some formula. So he did, and then he got her formula, and everything was fine since then. And now she's gonna be 3 months on January 9th. And last time I went to the doctor, she was 12 pounds. She's a big little girl. Right now she's getting burps, so she's mad. What else about my labor and delivery? That was it though. I didn't really scream. I was just like pushing. My mom was like, come on. And Peter was like, come on, Joss. You can do it, Joss. You're doing good, Joss. And yeah, I don't know. Do you want to say something about your delivery? No? How did you feel?
Muy excited.
He's all stupid. Anyways. But yeah, that was my labor and delivery story. I wish it was more like, oh, my water broke, and then I go in there and I have her an hour later, but no. Oh my god, and I was there for hella long. Oh, because I lost hella blood. Like, I lost hella blood. They had to give me 3 bags of blood. So I was like, you guys test this, right? Because I don't want no, like, STDs or stuff like that. They're like, no, it's clean. So they had to give me, so I had to stay. So I was there Friday, and I didn't leave until Tuesday, I didn't leave until Tuesday, and I had her Sunday in the morning at 9:43. I had her, and I was pushing for an hour. An hour? Was it an hour or 3 hours? It was 3 hours I was pushing. Just kidding, it wasn't an hour. It was 3 hours. And it didn't even feel like that. I think because I was so lost. I don't know. But I was super tired. Oh my god, I'm so happy I had her. When I see pregnant girls, I'm just like, oh my god, I feel so bad for you. But then I kind of miss being pregnant. But then I kind of don't. Not the throwing up part and the being tired part. Just the cute part. Say hi. Say hi, everyone. Say my name is Valerie. And I'm a big girl. Huh? Say hi, Mama. Okay. Bye, everybody. Please like and subscribe on my channel. Like my video. Hopefully more videos are coming soon. And like if you like my makeup, I'm using the Peach palette and some MAC products and the Mariah Carey lip gloss. So yeah, thank you guys. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.